Hello students, welcome back. Today we are going to start a new topic in grammar. The name of the topic is tenses. Tenses plays a very important role in English grammar. It is not about the time it mentions, that is the action when the action takes place, but also it brings life, it gives life to your sentences. Okay, let us begin with this new chapter, a very interesting chapter as well as very important chapter. Let us begin. What is a tense? The word tense is derived from Latin word tempus, which means time. A verb indicates the time of an action, an event, or a condition by changing its form. We shall learn the forms of different tenses in the coming video. As I mentioned earlier, tenses denote time and state of an action. We can divide them broadly into three kinds: present, past, and future. They can be further divided into simple or indefinite, continuous or progressive, perfect and perfect continuous. Let us now see all these 12 tenses. The first one now, simple present, which is also called as present indefinite. Why is it called as present indefinite? Because we do not know when the action began and when it ends. That is why it is indefinite. Let us see the form. Now in tenses, we will have some form, that is they are equivalent to the formulas that you have in mathematics. What is the use of these formulas? Basically this formula, that is the form, helps us remember the tenses well. So once we are thorough with our forms, the tenses are very easy to remember. Okay, so let us see the form of simple present or present indefinite. It is subject plus V1 plus rest of the sentence. What is this V1? V1 is the base form of the verb or the verb in present tense. Okay, so V1 is the base form of the verb or the verb in simple present. The example here is I eat an apple. Eat is the verb. Let us see the uses of simple present or present indefinite. The first use, to express habitual action, that is the action that we do often. Look at the sentence, the example, he eats an apple daily. What is the verb here used here? Eats. Okay, now if you have not seen my video on subject verb agreement, please do watch that, because in tenses, as we are dealing with verbs, the subject verb agreement is really very important and it matters a lot in a sentence. So please do watch my video on subject verb agreement. Okay, the second rule, to express what is actually now taking place. Here goes the bus. Goes is the verb here. Let us see the third use, to express universal truths. The soul is mortal. Here the verb uses is. So there are many universal truths here. Okay. Let us see the fourth use now, to express a fact or a situation. Delhi stands on the Yamuna. Stands is the verb here. The fifth use, to give commands. Sit down. Sit is the verb. The sixth use, to express a planned set of future actions. Example, the Prime Minister leaves for Mumbai tomorrow. Here the verb uses leave. So we plan many activities, they are planned in the present, but they are meant for the future. Let us see the second tense, present continuous tense. Continuous is also called as progressive. Okay, the action that is going on at present right now. Okay, the way I am recording this video now, so what is the action going on? Recording the video. So let us see the form. Subject plus is, MR plus ing form of the verb. This is the form of present continuous tense or present progressive tense. Let us see the example. He is writing a letter. I am writing a letter. They are writing a letter. Fine. Look at the change. Is writing with the third person. Am writing with the first person. Are writing with the plural they. Let us see the uses of present continuous. First one, it is used to denote actions which are going on in the present. Example, I am singing a song. Let us see the second use. It is used to show a temporary action which is not actually taking place now. Example, I am learning French these days. So what is the action that is going on? Though it is not happening right now, but it is in process. The third use, it is used to mark an action that will happen in the future. Example, they are going to London next year. So present continuous is also used to denote an action that shall take place in the future. Let us come to the third kind of tense, that is present perfect tense. What is the form of present perfect tense? Subject plus has or have plus V3 form of the verb. What is this V3 form of the verb? It is the past participle of the verb. So we saw in simple present V1. V1 is the base form of the verb or the verb in simple present. Then we have V2, that is the verb in second form, that is the past tense, and this is the V3 form, that is a verb in third form, which is past participle. Let us see the example. The sun has set. I have completed my work. So has set, have completed, these are the verbs and they are in present perfect tense. Let us now see the use of present perfect tense. The first one, it is used to denote actions which are completed recently. Example, I have finished my tiffin. So in this particular example or in this particular use, the action has just completed, okay, but the effect of the action can still be felt. Let us see the second use now. It is used to denote actions which are completed but can again take place. Example, he has written many books. Does that mean that the person will stop writing books? No, he may continue writing books after books. Once he finishes one book, he will start with another. Let us see the fourth one now. Present perfect continuous or present perfect progressive. What is the form of this present perfect continuous tense? Subject plus has or have plus been, B-E-E-N, been plus ing form of the verb. Example, I have been working for 2 hours. So have been working is in present perfect continuous. Let us see the use. To show that the action that began in the past is continuing up to the present time. Example, I have been studying since morning. Please make a note. In present perfect continuous, we use since to indicate point of time and for to indicate period of time. Let us see 2 examples. We have been living over here since 1947. Second one, it has been raining for 10 hours. So if you look at the duration, first one, since 1947. Okay, this particular indicates the point of time, whereas for 10 hours indicate the period of time. Let us come to the fifth tense, simple past or past indefinite. Why is it called as past indefinite? We do not know the exact time when the action began and when the action ended. What is the form of this simple past or past indefinite? Subject plus V2 form of the verb. That is, the verb is in the second form, that is, it is in the past tense. Example, he ran fast. Let us see the uses of it. It is to show actions in the past. Example, he went out yesterday. Let us see the second use, to denote past habits or routine. He visited a holy place every Thursday. The third use, to express an action actually going on at the time stated. While they bathed, we fished. Let us come to the next type of tenses. It is past continuous. What is the form of past continuous? Subject plus was slash were plus ing form of the verb. Example, he was going out, they were going out. Let us see the use of past continuous. It is used to denote actions which were going on in the past. Example, I was reading a novel. Was reading is a past action. Let us see the seventh one, past perfect. What is the form of past perfect? Subject plus had plus V3 form of the verb. V3 in the sense the third form of the verb, that is past participle. Example, I had finished my work. Let us see its use. It is used for actions which were completed in the past before a certain time in the past. Example, the train had left the station when I went there. The eighth tense, past perfect continuous or progressive form, subject plus had plus been plus ing form. Example, I had been writing for an hour when you came to see me. Let us see the use. It is used for an action that had continued for a certain time before the point of past time mentioned. Example, we had been waiting for you for 2 hours when you came. Let us come to the ninth tense. It is simple future. Let us see the form of simple future. Subject plus will or shall plus V1, that is the base form of the verb. Example, I will visit my aunt in May. Let us see the uses. First one, to denote actions in future. The doctor will come now. Let us see the second use, to denote habitual actions in future. Example, the summer season will come after the winter season. Let us see the third use, to make predictions. He will win the race. We come to the 10th kind of tense, that is future continuous. The form of future continuous is subject plus will or shall plus be plus ing form of the verb. Example, he shall be singing a song tomorrow. Let us see the use of future continuous. It is used to denote an action that will be going in future. Example, he will be studying for his final exam. Let us come to the next tense, that is future perfect. The form of future perfect is subject plus will or shall plus have plus V3 form of the verb. Example, she will have drawn a picture by the second period tomorrow. Let us see the use of future perfect. It is used to denote actions that will be completed at some point of time in future. Example, they will have spent all their money by then. Let us come to the last one, the 12th tense. It is future perfect continuous or progressive. The form is subject plus will or shall plus have plus been plus ing form. Example, we shall have been playing for 3 hours when you come here. The use of future perfect continuous. It is used to denote the action, whether finished or unfinished, will have been in progress for some time. Example, you will have been studying English for 2 years by the end of this year. In the few upcoming slides, we are going to see the errors that we make while we use the tenses. And when we make errors, the sentence goes wrong. So let us see the errors and how to avoid making the errors. The first error, the simple past often used wrongly for the present perfect tense. See the incorrect sentence. I did not write the letter yet. The correct sentence is I have not written the letter yet. The second error that we commit, the present perfect is often used wrongly for the simple past. Columbus has discovered America is the incorrect sentence. The correct sentence is Columbus discovered America. Now, what is the difference between these two? Let us understand. When we learn present perfect, we saw that it is about an action which has got over just now, but the effect of that action can still be felt. Whereas simple past talks about an action that is over. Okay, so for example, Columbus discovered America. Is he going to discover America again and again? No. So how can we use present perfect over here? Fine. And that is the mistake that many people do here. Let us see the third error that we do. The present perfect, since it denotes present time, cannot be connected with an adverb or any word that expresses past time generally or a definite point of past time. I have written a letter to him yesterday. Okay, now here have written is in present perfect. You cannot use the word yesterday here. Fine. Whereas we can say I wrote a letter to him yesterday. That is the correct sentence. The fourth common error that we make, the past perfect is often used wrongly for the simple past. Example, I had written a letter to her yesterday. It is wrong. What is the correct answer? Correct sentence? I wrote a letter to her yesterday. So we need to be very, very careful what tense we are using and where. Let us see the next error. Simple past is often used wrongly for the past perfect. The bus left before we reached the stop. This is an incorrect sentence. The correct sentence is the bus had left before we reached the stop. The next error, the past perfect or perfect continuous and not the simple past or past continuous is used to express something that continued up to a past time after beginning at a still earlier time. Let us see the example. He told me that she was ill for 6 days. It's an incorrect sentence. Okay, was is a past tense. How can we use past tense for something which is still going on? Fine. The correct answer is, the correct sentence is, he told me that she had been ill for 6 days. The last error, the simple future is often used wrongly for the future perfect. Example, he will reach home before the sun will set. It is wrong. The correct one is, he will have reached home before the sun sets. Okay, now what have we learned basically in tenses? If we use the wrong tense, the sentence is grammatically incorrect. So it is very much important for all of us that we are thorough in our tenses. Okay, if you don't even listen to the audio, if you just read, you will know the way the tenses are to be used. You just need to pay attention to the forms, that is the formula for each tense, and you will be aware. And basically, the more you practice, the better you go day after day. Fine. So till the time we meet for the next video, see you. Bye bye.